They hate Trump more than they love law enforcement. This is a suggestion via a channel member. Let's go ahead and jump into this video immediately. Let's see what this takes us, guys.
That is not sitting well with my next guest. Border Czar Tom Holman joins me now. Tom, they've crossed the line here. This is out of control.
I know, it's just simply disgusting, and any network that covers that is disgusting as well. So I'm hoping DOJ steps in there and see if they cross that line of impeding federal law enforcement officers. Look, Lawrence, you and I talk about this. Assaults against ICE is up over 500%. Now
Wow.
You got an app that's going to tell where ICE operations are going to be. It's only a matter of time before ICE agents are ambushed by some nut, like what happened in LA, throwing a Molotov cocktail, throwing bricks at these officers. This is just disgusting at every level. So I hope DOJ dives in this deeply, because, you know, ICE is concentrating on public safety threats and national security threats. This shouldn't be a partisan issue. This shouldn't be an issue anybody's is against. So they're already a dangerous job going after the worst of the worst. These guys are putting their lives on the line every day going after the worst and worst international security threats. And this app makes it that much more dangerous. It's incredible that those who enforce law, all of a sudden they're the bad guys. When they break the law, they're victims. It's disgusting.
Why would CNN promote this? Why would they do a story on this?
You know, I can't figure it out. I've been doing this for 4 decades. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
Bro, they know their base. Like seriously, like their base are the majority of the people who are out here protesting, the majority of the people who involve themselves in the No Kings protest, et cetera, et cetera. This is their base. So, of course, they would be like, hey, listen, we also most likely have individuals that are in the United States of America illegally watching us. So let's go ahead and promote an application that gives them the ability to, stay away from them, one. And two, again, the people who are mostly protesting are CNN watchers. They would love this type of content. All these news agencies are exclusively there to sell a story, and that's why they chose to promote it. They care nothing about the safety at all, about any of our federal agents. They only care exclusively about their ratings, guys.
It's got to be, they hate Trump more than they love law enforcement. Or I can't figure it out, but something needs to be done. I mean, you advertise this guy's app on a national TV network. That's just going to bring more followers, sick followers, to the app and use it. Again, letting the bad guy know ICE is coming. They're here. Here's where they're going next. This is dangerous for the men and women in law enforcement.
So true, Tom. I want to get you to weigh in on another story. So a judge has decided to delay Abrego Garcia's release from a Tennessee jail over deportation concerns. Not because he's a public safety risk, not because he beat his wife, not because he trafficked people across the border, not because people died in vans because of his trafficking, but because they don't want the guy to be deported. Should a judge be doing this?
No. Activist
Absolutely
judge.
not. It's just another disgusting story. This judge is telling us, I don't want you to abide by the federal court order issued by 2 different federal judges that this person needs to be deported. So he's basically telling us, ignore the orders issued by 2 federal judges. I'm going to make my own independent, radical decision. Again, DOJ is on top of this. We got a great AG in Pam Bondi. I think they'll take this fight all the way. Bottom line is, there's no place in this country for this man. He needs to be sent home.
It's unbelievable that the judges now become these activists right now. If
Yep.
they want to be activists, they can take the robe off. Any of the judges that I work for in juvenile court, they would never tolerate this type of behavior.
Right.
I want to get you to weigh in on Senator Chris Murphy. He's angry that the border numbers and the crossings are so low. This is the senator.
He's angry at that?
Border crossings are at a record low. Do you give the Trump administration some credit for that?
No, I don't give them credit for that, because border crossings are low because they're violating the law every day.
Really?
We wrote that bipartisan bill last year to reform the asylum process, to make sure that only the right people are coming in and that we judge those cases expeditiously at the border. So it's true, there are very few people crossing on a daily basis, but that's because the Trump administration is violating the law.
Really? Violating the law? Hey, listen, bro. If you're saying that you revitalized some type of plan that allowed only the people that were actually, going through the process of asylum, then that plan sucked, bro. All right? That was absolute basura. That was garbage, my boy. All right? That didn't work. Okay? that didn't stop a single thing. All right? If you're backing specifically what Biden and Kamala Harris did at the border right now, or live on the internet here, and on TV here, guys, then that was completely not valuable. All right. Because you still allowed a gigantic amount of people that were caught on legitimate camera saying that they were here for economic migrancy, basically. These were the purposes they were here for, right? They were going to come here, make money, send money back to their country exclusively through remittance, right? And then that's asylum? I'm broke in my country, so let me come here and make money? That's the asylum. These are the people who you said belong, they belong here. You're not happy that Donald Trump has stopped this. You're not happy that the border crossings have dropped 94.7%. You're not happy at that? No? Okay. Send them all to his house, bro.
You guys aren't
Let him pay
violating
for
the
it.
law. You can still go through a port of entry. It's just all the legal ways to get across the border are locked down, which you promised you were going to do, Tom.
Yeah, look, he just proved he's not very smart.
No.
Bottom line is, the reason border crossings are so low, because we're enforcing the law. Enforcing the law that him, as a member of Congress, enacted. The law clearly says, it's under statute, if you arrive at our borders without proper documentation, you shall be detained. Not maybe, not think about it, not release them to an NGO and put them in a hotel room $500 a night. We stopped catch and release. We are detaining and removing. That's exactly what we're doing. We're enforcing laws that Congress enacted. We're not going to apologize for doing it. Bottom line is, we got the most secure border in the history of this nation because of Donald Trump, and I'm proud to be a part of it.
There's a lot of Americans proud back at home. Tom, I want to get you to respond to a man that could be the next mayor of New York City.
No, this guy
is
is everywhere.
But he confronted you at one point. I want to play this sound for you. This is him when you came to New York. Watch.
How many more New Yorkers? How many more New Yorkers will you detain? How many more New Yorkers without charge? Do you believe in the First Amendment? Do you believe in the First Amendment, Tom Holman?
Do you believe in the First Amendment, Tom Holman? What's your response?
Yeah, I believe in the First Amendment. I've been enforcing the law since 1983. Bottom line is, I wasn't listening to him. I was too busy eating my Macintosh apple on the way outside of that event. So he can scream all he wants. Look, he can protest all he wants, has that right.
Yeah, do you think?
Bottom line is, the Trump administration is enforcing law. Not only do we have the most secure border in the history of this nation, we are removing public safety threats and national security threats at 3 times the rate Joe Biden did. And that's why, Lawrence, we need the big, beautiful bill passed ASAP. We need the money for beds. We need the money for more officers. We got over 20 million illegal aliens in this country and less than 5,000 deportation officers. We got 600,000 illegal aliens with criminal histories walking the streets of this country. We need that bill to put more boots on the ground, more badges and guns on the street to remove these public safety threats. That should be a nonpartisan issue. Everybody should agree to that.
I mean, I think we should send
should.
Tom Holman to Capitol Hill. Maybe.
Guys, the thing about it, I've said this pretty often, but I just want to make sure that we kind of reiterate the points here. When it comes down to immigration and specifically making sure that we actually do, in fact, have a border, because without a border, we don't have a country, right? So the moderate position should legitimately be protect the border. Okay, we're living in a clown world where what's right is wrong and what's wrong is right. Right, it's the strangest thing in the world we're encountering here, but you know what? Hey, listen. Guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. In the meantime, I will catch you guys later. All right?